something about that intro. It does something
Make you
to my
want to move,
spirit.
huh?
Makes me want to move a little bit. What's going on, everybody? We are back for another episode of Tea and Worship with Mignon. I don't know what she got going on there. And Corey, you see Mignon has chopped her hair off. And this, she, okay, Minnie, I like it. I like it. I love it. I do. I love it. It looks really great on you. Um, if you've been hiding under a rock or I don't know, been like somewhere in witness protection program, you don't know about our show, but this is Tea and Worship, a show where we celebrate some of the most amazing gospel artists that I mean and the great thing about them, they don't just sing, they do some of everything. And we are just so honored to have all the guests that we've had for the last 3 seasons. This is our third season, but this is where we celebrate those guests, and then they also perform at the end of the show after we get that good tea from them.
Yeah, absolutely. Every season, every episode, we want to make sure that we give y'all the absolute best because y'all have been nothing but the best. So we thank every viewer, every supporter that have been on this journey with us. Look, we could not have done it without you guys. So we really appreciate you all. Remember, every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, join us on the Hope TV. We are having some amazing tea, some amazing worship at the end with some incredible artists. And y'all have to subscribe, you have to follow, tell your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, tell everybody to join us, y'all. Look, Corey got his tea, I got my tea. We're ready. And we're so excited about the guests that we have today. Corey, who we got, Corey? Who we got? I'm so excited.
I'm so excited as well. I mean, we got a guest that's she's so bad, she got three names. Three names. You know, everybody don't have three names. She's that amazing. Has also been dubbed the Oakland Bay Darling. Her voice is smooth. It's like butter. It's like silk. It's and if you follow her on social media, you know that she ain't got good sense. Her sense of humor is just off the charts. Please welcome the amazing Lena Miles. Lena, what is going on? We are so glad that you decided to be our guest today. Thank you so much. How are you?
I'm great, Corey. How are you? Hi, Leanne.
I am great. So we want to get right into this interview. Now, I saw on an interview, a person was talking to your mother, and she was saying that you have been singing since as far as she knows, as early as 15 months. And I was like, that's crazy. And you were singing solos even as early as the age of 3. So, do you remember those moments as a young child, singing, growing up in church, or singing around town? Like, what was that like for you?
A little terrifying when you're little singing, because I actually sang my very first, I'll say, like big solo that I remember or performance, if you will, would be my preschool graduation. And I had to sing, Reach out and touch somebody's hand. You know, that little scoop that kids be doing when they 3 and 4 years old, but you looking at people like, why they got their cameras out and they why is all these people like your little cap and gown? Because you're so
Right.
tiny at that age. Everything looks long. The pews, the people look like Goliath. It's just that's why I said it, a little bit terrifying. Plus, I was just used to my church environment. I wasn't used to my preschool environment with all the diversity in the audience and all of that. But still, always a fun thing. But still, I was very shy and a little scared at times. So my mom, sometimes she would have to threaten me, like, "You told these people you was gonna do it. Now get up here and do." If we would get there, and I'd be like, "I can't go on. I just can't do it." And she like, "Oh, you gonna do it? You gonna get in there and do?" You didn't have me tell these people, "Yeah, she'll do it." She would try to bribe me McDonald's and stuff, and then I'd be like, "No, I can't go on. I just can't." And then it turned into, "I'm gonna whoop you if you don't do it." So that's
Mhm.
why I say there's so many sides to the terror of why, but
That is so hilarious to me because I find myself doing the same thing with my kids. I pull my belt out, you gonna do this. And then like when I was young, my dad, he has really big hands, and my dad would literally put his hand and pop. We would be in front of the church. If we didn't sing, he would put his hand here and pop. You better sing. Open up your mouth and sing. And I mean scared. Scared. to where you can do nothing but just sing. And I've learned in my researching you that we have a lot in common. You know, so I'm not going to spoil it, but what I want to know from you is if you weren't singing, what would be that thing we would find Lena doing?
Oh, I would still probably be in the salon. Styling hair, that's been a passion even from a child. I got in trouble for taking my cousin's hair, ponytails apart, things like that. And I remember being in elementary school during Halloween time. You know, Saints can't celebrate Halloween
Right.
supposedly. But I have friends that I remember even as early as first, second grade. One of my friends, Janae, who had the prettiest pressing curl, but I was always trying to, you should be a lawyer or a secretary so I could put your hair in a French roll. Like, I don't know why I was obsessed with that, but I was always trying to give people French rolls and sneaking bobby pins to school. So as a kid, I knew even back then that hairstyling and being in a salon, that was something I wanted to do. And I had an aunt in the business who actually passed away in 1996, but that was something that I just felt like, ooh, this would probably be, you know, I would have my own salon and all these different clients. And so as a child, that was what I wanted to do.
Nice. That look, I have that same. Mine was Cabbage Patches. My baby dolls, they had rollers in their head. Baby, every doll I had in my room had a roller, a French roll, or something. So I understand the passion behind wanting to do hair. We know, okay, you love hair, and singing is the thing that has catapulted you. Like we know you for your voice, we know you for your tone. Who's your influence? Who is the person that you studied?
Ooh, there's so many. Very good question. Growing up, you know, you had to sneak to listen to secular in in our house. My dad is a minister elder, you know, and then I'm a pastor's granddaughter. So just very, you know, y'all can't not really said that we couldn't listen, but we just knew it was like an unspoken Kojic rule or something. And then my
Mm-hmm.
parents only bought gospel albums, so I had
Mm-hmm.
your varieties from, you know, the Winans to the Williams brothers to James Moore, Rance Allen, Andre Crouch. There was a lot of Daryl Coley, Hawkins, Clark sisters. I'm just trying to name a few that come to mind. So I have a big, and of course, when we got to teenage years, then came your Kimberells and your Monays and your all these different people that you would glean from and be like, oh, I like that, I like that, I like that. And, you know, the Marys and Virtue and all these different people that you would just like look for little nuances and you would just take a bit of each thing and kind of dump it in one big pot, if you will, for I guess my sound because I loved traditional and then when contemporary got bigger, you know, when the 99 and 2000s, you know, we had
Right.
more beats and like when the Marys came on the scene, it was just like, oh my gosh, so innovative, so fresh, funky, so when, you know, they set the bar for a whole nother sound in gospel, and then the Ty Trivets and the all these different innovators that came on the scene kind of just, you know, made you look even more into honing your own signature or just mixing everything up to make a signature, if you will, the signature sound.
Mm-hmm.
So you named some of the best of the best, some of our favorites as well. And you talked about holding your own. I remember you were on Dorinda Clark Cole's show a little while back, and I remember seeing that. I was so excited, first of all, to see you on there, but you singing with her, y'all was singing "God Will Take Care of You," and you were holding your own with Dorinda Clark Cole. I was like, okay, Lena Bird is the real deal. Now, I mean, for real, you the real deal. So we know that you signed with My Block Records a little while ago, in which I want to say congratulations. That to me is amazing. What is it like to work with a giant in the music industry like Warren Campbell?
Um, Amazing, hilarious, fun. I'm trying to think of all the words. Still pinch yourself moments. Like, what? Because of the way my connection and all of that happened, it's still ridiculous to me the way God ordered my steps and the way that I even met Warren Campbell, which was through my Instagram. And happening to plan a LA trip to Disney World with my husband, Disneyland rather. And I posted a picture of my food at Roscoe's, and not knowing that he was following me so closely, he saw the food and he said he talked to Erica. I was like, Lena is out here. I'm finna go meet her. And he was gonna come to Roscoe's, and unfortunately, we weren't at the Roscoe's by his house. We were at the Roscoe's that was like an hour and some change away. But just the fact that he was on his way to try to meet me, but he ended up DMing me, and we met like 2 days later. He and my husband hit it off well. Erica was out of town filming for something, and he FaceTimed her so I could meet her formally. And we just have been family ever since. It's still amazing to me. Like, what, God, for real? So yeah, it's I can't put into words, but those are the few words that come to mind.
Okay, y'all. So we're gonna put a pin in it right there, and we're gonna shoot to a commercial. Don't go nowhere, because we'll be right back with our special guest, the amazing Lena Bird Miles.
All right, guys, we got to make some cheesy bread. Yeah, I want to get the cheese in there.
One thing that we talked about last week is about the disparity between African Americans when it comes to diseases such as Alzheimer's and dementia.
There's over 70 types of dementias that's out there, and Alzheimer's disease is the most common cause of dementia. And so you can have problems with your memory, so memory loss. You can have problems with language. So there's something called expressive aphasia, where you can't get out the right words. You're calling the microwave the remote control. You have problem-solving issues and other thinking abilities. That is what sums up and falls under dementia.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Tea and Worship with Mignon and Corey. As you know, we have been sitting here chewing it up, chatting it up, not chewing it up, chatting it up, and getting the tea from Lena Bird Miles. Now, Lena, before the break, you mentioned that you actually got in contact from Warren Campbell through your social media. Now, any of you who follow Lena Bird Miles knows that she posts some of the funniest things on the internet. And I did say internet. I actually look forward to some of your posts because they crack me up, and I literally DM them to some of everybody.
Do.
But where did your crazy, wonderful sense of humor come from, Lena? Where? Why is your mind so bad?
It actually, I gotta give the credit to my mom. All of my family is crazy. We can go even further to like my grandfather, my grandmother, and definitely on my maternal side. Now, my grandmother, my deceased grandmother on my dad's side, she was hilarious too. So I think it's just all of them combined. But definitely, like my mom, my dad worked a lot growing up, so we were with my mom most of the time. I have two younger sisters and I, so we were always around her, being silly and seeing her even act silly like amongst her friends. And when she would be in plays, she would do little things like she had these stuffed animals and she glued them to a church hat one time, and she glued these tiger hands together so it looked like the tigers was praying, and she kept doing her head like in service with the tigers, like set them up like some cherubims or something. And she cut out the toe part of a tennis shoe before because she was trying to make like an orthopedic shoe. She was in a play as this church mother, and she would just surprise us in the moment. So people would bust out laughing trying to say their lines because you didn't know what her costume was going to be like from night to night with certain things she'd do. So I definitely get like with the props and the me going to Guitar Center. I always have loved toys, and even on birthdays. Like I remember my 32nd birthday, my mom bought me like some toys. She bought me a toy microphone and a puppet and a baby tambourine. You know, just things that she's the one who encourages the foolishness, and I get it from her. I would say she gets the glory.
So it's true when they say the apple didn't fall far from the tree. Because it's a joy. Like
Definitely.
with everything that's going on in the world, like to see posts like that on Instagram, you know, and then personal things that people go through. I mean, stuff like that you post is definitely, it brings joy to so many homes. So God is like using you in that way to bring peace and joy into homes. So like with the pandemic and everything that's going on, I know a lot of times we focus on the negative of what the pandemic has brought. But what I want to know from you is how has the pandemic been a blessing to your ministry?
Oh, good question. It was a little scary at first because, like I said, I've been a licensed cosmetologist since 2003, and the salon I worked in at the top of 2020, just they were like, you can't come work. I was like, wait, what I'm gonna do? We don't work, we don't eat. And yes, I have an excellent husband who provides and stuff, but it's nothing like girls making their own money. You just feel a little different. You feel a little bit more accomplished, if you will, when you don't necessarily have to be like, "Babe, can you give me? Can I have?" um, and I've been that way since before my husband came in my life. I started braiding hair at 15 and on the porch at my house, and just being the oldest of three, I was just a hustle, grinder, and to not this whole pandemic thing was something none of us saw coming and didn't know how to navigate through it. So that shut down. Then a lot of the ministries were asking for like their deposits back from me because they weren't having their conferences. So I was like, well, how I'm gonna pay these people? I can't work. They shutting down stuff. What I'm gonna do? And what happened is my management was like, can she do a virtual type video for some of the ministries? And then they were like, oh yeah, we didn't even think of that. And that opened up all kind of doors for me. So in that sense, the pandemic, it just opened up a whole nother world for me. I never even thought I'd be, doing these, sitting in front of my phone and being interviewed by you guys because I can't come in person. Like just the interview doors have burst wide open. It's just been a huge blessing when it comes to virtually getting me exposed or my exposure and put out there in a different way because other pastors started seeing, oh, she's singing, virtually. Let's hire her for this conference. Let's do this, that, and the other. Along with other session work that I was getting for background vocal stuff, just all kind of ways that God has blown my mind in that sense, where I could make my own, and still go to Honey and be like, I still need
That part.
since you here, we might as well praise you. But
Right.
as the saints be saying. But yeah, it's definitely been an increase in my faith because I had no other choice but to rely on God to come through for me in a way that I didn't realize, with something that was already in me. I just had to use it a different way. So it's been a blessing. And I know that my humor helped with just keeping me not focusing so much on that part and falling into the fearful side of what I'm finna do, what I'm finna do. And, even the Bible says be anxious for nothing. Like we're not supposed to. All these things that we sing about, we're supposed to put them into practice. If you trusted in God, you're supposed to demonstrate and display that. You don't supposed to be like, fill all my braids out. Like that's not the will of the Lord. So, and then it's not cute after the stressing and all that died down. I just got patches of whatever.
Right.
That's not the Lord's will. Nobody want to see that virtually. So, yes.
Girl, that's funny to me.
Right. We don't want you snatching all
You
your
know the
edges
lady
out.
on I'm gonna get you
Please.
sucking.
That is
I'm
hilarious.
sorry, Corey. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna get you sucker. That is perfectly. When she took out the eye, she took off her leg. She did it all. Was hopping right. Don't make me hop after you. All right, so we don't have good sense, as y'all can see. So Lena, now one thing that I talked about prior to us, well, as we were getting ready for this interview, was about a viral moment when you sang at the homegoing service for DMX. And when I'm not saying you destroyed Jesus Brought the Sunshine by the Clark Sisters at the homegoing service, I mean, it was amazing. It was bananas, and it was playing all over the place. What was that experience like for you?
Oh, y'all know that I'm super goofy, super hilarious in my own, I'm quirky. I'm a little, what's the other word I'm trying to use? Oh, I was so nervous that I was actually Jason White, the musical director for Kanye West Choir. He had to tell me right before I started singing. I was so nervous. I was facing the wrong direction. I had my back to the audience because of how we were on the platform. So right before I said, "You brought the sunshine," he had to say, "Turn around, baby." Turn. I was going to be singing to him, God, in empty bleachers. So that was one comical moment. Another comical moment was Kanye West came right there, and I got so starstruck. I was just like, and he was asking questions like, "Anybody seen Jason White?" And I had to answer because I knew where he was, but I couldn't respond. I was just like, so I had all those type of moments, along with the excitement of it all. I was just called that Wednesday to even come in. I had to fill in for the young lady that normally leads that with them because I think she was out of town with her family and wasn't going to be able to make it back in time. So I got that call Wednesday. Thankfully, I live in California, so they flew me down Thursday for a quick dress rehearsal and get my sizes and everything for the outfits. Then I had to fly back to Oakland for Friday because I had a taping for another service. And then right after that taping, I flew to New York to be there early Saturday morning for all of the rehearsal, the sound checking, and they were really testing for COVID, and all of that at the before you could even enter the arena. So we had a long line to get through all of that security, but overall, just an amazing experience. I didn't know that I was going to wake up to 6,000 new followers on Instagram because of it. All kind of interviews and doors opening since then. Just God is really like I don't know. I mean, just watching him masterfully connect the dots with things you never understand and be just a mind blower. Like when you just live your life and be authentically who you are, be kind to people, you never know because that's how it happened. Jason White said, I know a person who can fill in, and I know, she's easy to work with. It'll be easy to get her down. Just being all those other things that come with what you do, it makes a difference. So, because you can be super gifted and not polite, so people don't want to deal with you too, or just hard and you need to have purple M&Ms and a red bowl present at such and
Right.
such degrees.
Right.
Nobody feel like that. So just all these other things that end up going around, even in connection to me. Things that I hear from leaders. Well, she's always easy to work with. I love that people do and say speak up for me in that regard, and then it makes people also check on me from other ministries when I'm in their city. They're like, "You okay? We saw that you was at such and such. Do you want to come sing at our church tomorrow?" I had several engagements after the Kanye West thing. My DM was like, "Where you at tomorrow?" I was like, "I'm gonna be on a flight because they didn't pay for me to stay, in vacation here. Just do the job and go
Oh,
home." But yeah, a major blessing. Like I can't even explain. Still condolences to DMX's family and the loss, he is just to the world, but it was a blessing that and I was honored to do it. As scared as I was and all the funny things that happened, I was still honored.
man, that's so incredible. Like, that's mind blowing. And there's so much I want to say, but I can't because my producer won't let me. So I'm going to keep
I
going.
understand.
So, so with all these incredible things that is happening in your life, I'm ready for you. Like, when can we expect an album from Lena?
We are hoping, June, June, somewhere up in there of this year. The pandemic has, put a big karate chop in a lot of plans of ours because of capacities and studios and quarantining and, you can only have so many people when you're doing certain things in certain studios and rules and regulations and who vaccinated, who ain't, and all of these things. So, but God's timing is everything. So even with the pauses and the, pins and the thing, I still thank God for how He's making everything work together. So we are hoping somewhere, we'll say summer of 2022, we really think that everything should be finished.
That's awesome. Look, we're excited. Can't wait to hear it. Can't wait to see it and witness all that God
Thank
has
you.
for Lena. We're gonna shoot to a commercial right here, and y'all don't go nowhere because we're gonna be back with our sister, Lena Bird Miles.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Even if you purchase a new home, projects never end. They never stop. So it's like you think you finished something and here it is, something else comes up, seasons change.
I think this is where American homebuyers get it wrong. You've got this house that you're buying and you're going to have it for the next 15 to 30 years. Take care of the real repairs first.
Yeah.
If you want to put in flooring, if you want to paint or wallpaper or do new lighting, look for the Home Depot sales and the Lowe's sales and the suppliers out there that are going to train you for free. You can take a class to put in flooring. I think a lot of members want to do the HGTV house right off the bat. The things that are improvement related, take your time. You've got time. You don't need to run out and buy furniture for a house. You don't need to run it, live in it. Understand your home. Your home has a vibe. How do you want it to feel? How you want it to look? You're not going to know that within the first 6-7 months of living in that home. It takes about a good year. Slow down. You don't need the biggest, the baddest, the best. You need the most affordable.
Hey everybody, we are back with Tea and Worship with Mignon and Corey, and of course with Lena Bird Miles as our guest. Lena, now before the break, she did talk about an album coming up this year, so we are ready for it. Because if y'all have not already gotten "This Is the Day," her single, and "Watch Me," I don't know what you've been doing, but you need to go ahead and make sure you get that right now, today, like right now as I'm saying it, because they are amazing songs. Now, Lena, we have a special segment of our show where we play a little game, I guess you could say, maybe, or just have a little fun with our guests. It's called Church That Hook. Now, it's where we take a song that is not a gospel song or a Christian or church song, and we allow our guests to church it up. So we're going to just give you a random song, and we want you to church it up, whether that's worship or a quartet or CCM it or putting some Baptist twang on it, whatever you need, whatever you want to do. It's all on you. All right. So the first song that we have is Patti LaBelle's "If Only You Knew."
If only you knew. I'm being a church mother. How much I do love. I don't know where everyone's going, but I do love you.
Now, see, only Only a real singer will stop themselves in the middle of a song and say, I don't know where that run going.
And then come back killing it.
And then come back and kill it. Exactly. Oh
I
my
have to
God. So
redeem
now,
myself.
see? Now the second song that we have for you is Jill Scott's Is It the Way?
Is it the way you love me? We gonna have to connect some other time. Grits. I just know certain parts. I don't know why that came out. Grits. Now I know it when they come on the radio, but right now I just know that. Is it the way you love me, Jesus? Yes, it is the way you love me.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Look,
Thank you,
Grits.
Lord.
I don't know. I'm about like you. He asked me about R&B songs, and I'm like, Corey, all I know is like 3 words. I can't help you.
But everybody knows Grits, that part of that song. And Jill is always talking about food. We love you, Jill, but you always,
Yeah.
in about every song, you talking about food. I'm just saying. But
Thank
go
you
ahead, Mina.
so much, Lena. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to sit with us, to chat with us. And we're just so elated, and we're looking forward to everything that God has for you. We to all of our viewers and our supporters, thank y'all again for always tuning in, for hanging out with us. And Lena, if there's anything that you want to share with the viewers, this is your time. A good 30 seconds of comfort to them. This is your time.
Oh, good thing. Just thank you guys for supporting all of us. Tea and Worship, Corey, Minnie, all of us. I appreciate it. I appreciate the continued love, all the follow, shares, DMs that are kind and encouraging. And I just want to encourage you all to keep going. What you have is necessary. Even if you don't feel like it's as good as the next person or the next thing that's coming out, still keep going. Don't neglect what God placed inside of you, because the world needs it and He placed it there for a reason. Stay authentic and true to the giftings that He's and the talents that He's placed in you. And, the sky isn't even the limit for you. But keep going, keep honoring Him in all that you do, and the blessings are endless.
So, Lena, before we go, we want you to share with the people how they can reach you on social media, because I want everybody to follow you, not only to hear your beautiful voice, but to see some of these funny posts that you put on the internet.
Okay, well, I am Lena Bird Miles, LenaByrdMiles, on all things social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Just type my name and you'll find me. My management for any type of booking is eternal@yahoo.com. Her name is Tina Carter, and that's ETERNAL at yahoo.com. Yeah, that's the easiest way to get to book me, through Tina Carter. And she also is on social media. But that's it. You can find my music on Spotify, iTunes, anywhere that Tidal, digital, all your digital media music outlets. I'm everywhere there.
There y'all have it. Lena Bird Miles. Look, y'all know what's up next. Don't go nowhere, because we're going to have an amazing performance by our girl. And don't forget, tell everybody to tune in with us every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Hope TV. Come hang out with Corey and Mignon on Tea and Worship. Now let's shoot to this amazing performance by our guest, Lena Bird Miles. See y'all next time. Bye, y'all.
Just like the time I opened up the sea, watch me, watch me. Or like David and the giant, what a victory. Just like that, watch me, watch me. Stay right where you are. I will your knees.